So over the last year, the country has been experiencing a drought that has seen various water restrictions imposed throughout the country, unnecessarily so. This week, it was announced that the Theewaterskloof Dam, Cape Town's largest dam that serves the city's drinking water supply, is currently sitting at 36% of its full capacity. The city's Mayoral Committee Member for Informal Settlements, Water and Sanitation Services and Energy, Xanthea Limberg, joins us again in studio to talk about the knock-on effects that this will have for Cape Town's water supply. Xanthea, welcome back. I wish we could connect over better circumstances, but it's getting really serious. 36% for our main source of water here in Cape Town. What does that mean? What's the knock-on effect?
Well, I mean, the Western Cape has 6 major dams that supply about 99.6% of the Western Cape's water supply. The largest dam, as you said, is sitting at very low levels. The latest stats indicate that Theewaterskloof, which is our biggest water supply contributor, is sitting at 35%. The collective dam levels for the entire Western Cape province is at 40.2%. So when I was here last week, the dam levels were at 42.5%. So we're seeing a drop by 2% every week, and that is as a result of the ongoing drought, as well as the dry and hot conditions, which is why we are urging residents to help us save and conserve the water that we currently have.
This is terrifying, to say the least. The fact that we need to connect with you week by week to see this kind of a knock-on effect. Before we look at the new restrictions in place, who is being hardest hit by this? I would imagine there are people that are relatively sheltered from these water restrictions. Maybe you've got some grass dying, which is, you know, we obviously don't want to see that sort of thing, but who is most affected by the current levels? Well,
I think the people that are hardest hit is the agriculture sector. Because we had a dry season last winter period, many of the farmers don't actually have water in their dams on their farms, so they're having to tap into municipal dam water. And if this continues, obviously the economy will be impacted quite negatively, which is why we're urging residents to help us conserve water. Currently, our water consumption levels is not where it needs to be. When we introduce the water level 3 restrictions, we ask residents to ensure that we meet the target of 800 megalitres of water per day. When I was here last week, we were sitting at 890 megalitres of water per day. It went down slightly to 880, but we're still not close to that target.
So now we're looking at implementing restriction levels 3B. What does that mean?
So level 3B restrictions, we'll be taking that to our council tomorrow for approval. If approved, it will be implemented from the 1st of February 2017. And level 3B restrictions includes only being able to water gardens, open public spaces, vegetables, patches, and any external watering purposes will be restricted to a Tuesday and a Saturday before 9 a.m. in the morning and after 6 p.m. Only using a watering can or a bucket, no hose pipes or automatic sprinklers will be allowed, and also only washing boats and vehicles with potable, non-potable water, so no drinking municipal water to be used for those purposes. And we're hoping that these interventions will help us cut back on our consumption levels.
It's terrible that we have to kind of force your hand in this instance, that we can't seem to develop a consciousness ourselves around this. Let's get real here for a second. If we continue on this path, how bad could it get if we don't get the rainfall that we so desperately want? So I think people are always in the back of their mind, oh, it's going to rain. We'll get the rain. It'll come.
Well, I mean, the South African Weather Services have predicted very low rainfall, which means that we become very dependent on adequate rains going into the winter rainy period. If we continue on the trend that we are, we potentially will be sitting at 20% of dam levels before the winter rainy period begins. And understanding that 10% of dam levels, you probably aren't able to extract much water at 10%. So we have to ensure that we save as much water as possible. Obviously, our Water Services Department, in collaboration with the National Department of Water Services, have medium and long-term plans in place, but in the short term, we will be identifying our top users and will be issuing enforcement fines, court contravention appearances.
Penalties are coming, yeah.
Exactly, and we're hoping that that enforcement intervention will really send out the message to those households who are not working with us. But to those that are, we commend them for their efforts. We all have to work collectively to ensure that we can save and preserve this scarce resource.
I had no idea it was actually that dire, the situation. So thank you so much to you and your team for your efforts, and good luck as we build towards winter. I think the idea of a 20% dam level, which essentially only gives us about 10% of that water to actually extract, is terrifying. Please think about what you can do in your own household to help build at least some hope as we move towards the winter months. Well, we're going to take a quick ad break. You can process all of that rather dire information. We'll see you on the other side.